Hello. Hello world. Hello world, which you see now on the screen, is the standard program almost every kind of developer writes when they learn to code for the first time. And I wrote my Hello World program when I was 16 with the help of the teacher. And it was very simple. You can see it's just 4 lines. It was in Pascal programming language. And when you run the program, then in the box below, you could see the text, Hello World. And that's it. And when you write this program, you start wondering, and you want to experiment. Like, what if I will change something in a code? Will the output in a black box change as well? And when you do change the code, and the output in the black box changes too, you understand what power you have in your hands. You can control the computers. And that's an incredible feeling. So, hello world, and hello RIGA. I'm Alīna, front-end developer at Shopify and co-founder of RIGA Tech Girls. And I wrote my first line of code 15 years ago. Thanks. So, what led me to this vivid blue screen? When I was in a school in 8th grade, I was wondering about my classmates. Some of them were great at English language, so I thought great for them. After the school, they can go live in England. Some of my classmates were splendid in German, so I thought, amazing, they can go and live in Germany afterwards. And I was good at many subjects, but the one which I loved the most was mathematics. So I naturally was asking myself, where would I go? Where is the country for me? And as you can tell, I was not really good at understanding what professions are available or how job market works. And nowadays, that's the first thing I ask people who want to join the IT. Are you aware of all the professions which are available? Because in IT, we need people of different talents and different skills. And today as well, on the stage, there are women from different roles speaking about their journey. So it's not all just about the programming, even though it was for me. How did I understand this? I tried it. Long time ago, actually my mom, who was a developer herself long time ago, said that I can go to computer courses. So in the 9th grade, I went to courses and I tried Pascal programming language, which is on the first slide. Then I tried this Cucaracha programming language. It's actually a language which was designed specifically for kids to learn programming. And I had to control a small bug on the screen to move in a square field up, down, left, right. And through that, I learned such concepts as algorithm, command, or loop, or conditional. By the way, who here knows how to code? Then probably you know the same thing which I learned, that when your program becomes longer than just 4 lines, it can fail. And it might not always work on a first try. And that's OK. And I think that this was a turning moment for me. I realized that if the code fails, and I stop there, then the program is never going to be created. I understood that if my code fails, I should continue trying. That's how software is created. And I use this knowledge not just in coding, but in my other areas of life. If I fail, I should continue trying. And I remember in my school years, I was reading this book about coding. And it was very hard. I was stuck. I spent around 2 months to cover just 50 pages. Imagine, 50 pages in only 2 months. It's a very long time. And I was desperate. Code didn't work. My head didn't work. Nothing worked. I just couldn't cross page number 50. But I already knew if I fail, I should continue trying. So I tried, and I tried. And one day, I just crossed page number 50. And then, surprisingly, I finished the whole book in only 3 months. And this was another learning, that the progress, it's not a straight line. You don't move from point A to point B just like that. Sometimes you move slower. Sometimes you move faster. Sometimes you have to take a break, Sometimes you have to circle back, and it's all right. And this book, which I showed you a few slides ago, it was given to me by my mentor. And he also helped me to cross this page number 50. And it was crucial for my early stages of career, or not even career, but my learnings as a developer. So currently, I suggest all of you to find a mentor, and you can do this through mentorship programs. By the way, anyone here who already went to Riga Tech Girls mentorship program organized by my amazing teammate, Diana? All right, all right. So I was their lecturer and mentor last season, and next season I will be their front-end tech lead, front-end track lead. So I hope to see some of you there. And after school, I joined university to study computer science. And there I joined robotics club, and I saw that I was the only girl in the room. Did it ever happen to any of you that in some IT environment, there was a bunch of people, but only 1 or 2 women in your group? OK, I see some hands. It happened to me many times. Then, on a second course, I went to Spain to study programming via Erasmus program. And for the first time, I saw many women developers around me. So I thought, great, internationally, situation with women in IT is good. Until I went to another programming course with Erasmus next year to Poland to study Android. There, again, I saw that we don't have enough women studying computer science. And during university years, I also was participating as a volunteer in IT conferences, and I saw that this is actually a pattern. Try to spot how many women do you see on this picture at this IT event. Name some number. Can you spot any? 5, 7, 6? It's 8 women out of 70 participants. Something to think about. And after I finished the course in university, I had still some time to study, but I decided I want to try myself in the workforce, so I started working as a HTML and CSS developer. And I progressed quite nicely. I started doing not just front-end, but also back-end. My salary went up. It was nice. But then I realized that I want to focus on my studies, so I quit this job. And for 2 years, I was finishing my bachelor degree. And the thing is that after I finished my studies, I decided to go find a new job, and I found a new place, and I asked for a minimum salary. Because I thought I was 2 years out of the workforce, and I probably forgot everything. I lost my qualifications. I'm not good enough. So yeah, minimum salary is what I deserve. And that was a mistake, but I had no one back then to tell me about this. And nowadays, my code looks like this. And the output is also much more complicated than just hello world in a black box. Instead of books in Russian, I read loads of documentation in English. However, one thing still hasn't changed that much. That's literally 2 weeks ago in Vilnius JavaScript meetup. And you can see me on the first row with my friend Ruta, who's also from Latvia, by the way. How many women do you see here? I will spare you the counting. It's hard to spot us. Not much of us in a crowd, just 4 out of 40 people. And the similar situation we had in Latvia in 2016. And 2016 was the year when I have co-founded Riga Tech Girls. Because I wanted for tech meetups to look different, because I wanted for women to create technology, because I wanted for a change to have events like today, when there are more women in the room. And I'm pleased to see it here today. And while we were building RTG, my co-founder, Laurel, she taught me one thing which just transformed my professional life. Anyone here heard of the fixed and growth mindset? Cool. To explain simply, fixed mindset tells you that all your abilities are static. If you're bad at something, that's it, you're bad at it. Fixed mindset tells us that we are too old to learn, or too stupid to understand, or not good enough to follow your dreams. And the growth mindset tells us that everything can be improved and all our abilities can grow with the practice and effort. To give you an example, I remember one of first, or actually it was the first RTG meetup, and I was on the stage with Anna and Alice, both experienced speakers, and there was me. First time in front of 50 people, my legs were shaking, my voice was shaking, I forgot what I wanted to say. It was intimidating as hell. And yeah, my presentation was not good, I will be honest. And after presentation, my fixed mindset told me, Alīna, you're so bad at this. You should never go through this embarrassment again. But my growth mindset, which Laurel taught me, told me, still, Alīna, you're so bad at this. That's why you should do this again. Because through practice, you will improve and you will succeed. So here I am, still practicing, still challenging myself to do better. And while I was helping to build RTG, I saw that people I'm helping to join IT, they don't succeed just because they learn one single thing. They succeed because they learn combination of things. So I want to recommend you to use all the resources you can while learning. If you want to learn how to code, for example, you should try freecodecamp.org or a computer science degree by Harvard on edX platform. Or if you already know how to code, how do you get better? Well, imagine that you want to learn playing piano. How do you learn playing piano? You don't read a book how to play piano for the full year. You just go and you practice. You learn it with the teacher. You press those keys. And the same is with coding. You want to get better, you practice. And you can do this by creating your own pet projects or trying online coding challenges. I recommend Code Wars, LeetCode, or some other ones. And another thing I already mentioned is if you want to succeed in IT, there is not one single thing you should be good at, such as coding. You actually have to learn how to avoid burnout. You have to learn how to motivate yourself to learn. You have to know how teams are working, how communication works. And all of that you can learn through podcasts. So I would recommend you to get a habit out of listening to podcasts when you're, I don't know, walking your dog, cleaning the house, cooking dinner, driving in a car. That can help you to create a bigger picture of IT world. And also on YouTube, you can see how to prepare for technical interviews. That's how you can see what are you lacking and what you need to improve. And of course, such a cool thing as diversity tickets. Diversity tickets are tickets which allow minorities in tech to get into a conference for free or for very small price. So, for example, for Web Summit, ticket costs 850 euros, but as a woman in tech, we can get it for only 42 euros. And yeah, in 2016, I saw a job ad, and the company, they were looking for someone working with certain front-end technology. And I had zero experience working with this technology. However, job looked cool, so I thought, all right, I can actually apply because I can offer much more than this technology. I have other skills. I had skills of communication, skills of mentoring, skills of presentation, teamwork, and so on. So I applied, and I didn't just apply. I actually asked for the biggest salary I ever had in my career. And guess what? They accepted me. And it was a pretty cool moment, and I realized it's OK to learn on the go. In fact, when I joined, I just learned this technology, which I didn't know about in the first 3 months on the job. So it's OK to learn on the go. So please, if you see some job ad and you don't have 100% of skills mentioned there, still apply. You might succeed. And in 2018, I moved from Riga, Latvia, to live to Lithuania, Vilnius. And the thing which helped me to integrate the most was another women in tech community. It was Vilnius Girls Code. And I just came to one of their meetups, and I asked organizers to give a word in the end. So I went on the stage, and I said, hey folks, I'm Alīna, I'm from Latvia. I moved here in 1 month, let's be friends. And it worked. Some people reached out to me on Facebook, and that's how I got my first connections in Lithuania. And after that, in fact, I decided that I want to be part of an organizer team. So I joined them to help them organize meetups and workshops and to help their organization to grow. And I love doing workshops and meetups. And that's what I was doing for many years with RIGA Tech Girls. So that's what I wanted to continue in Lithuania. And helping others and building community, that's what helped me to form strongest relationships there. And in fact, my most close friends in Lithuania are girls from this community. So can't stress this enough, be part of community. If you're already here today, you're succeeding in this. And I don't mean only face-to-face community, I also mean online. Follow people on Twitter, follow influencers on Instagram to see how IT life looks like. Also create your network on LinkedIn. Who here has a LinkedIn profile? Raise your hands, please. Good, good. And cool story to tell. Once, my acquaintance, she was looking for the job in IT. She just finished the QA courses and couldn't find a job for like half a year. She was switching career. So I said, what do you know more? I posted on my LinkedIn, hey friends, help needed. My friend is looking for QA job. Anyone can help? And some people reached out. They asked for her CV. I connected them. And in the end, she got the job. So if you want to work in IT, my recommendation to you today, after this conference, I saw some of you don't have LinkedIn. You should go home and you should create LinkedIn profile because power of LinkedIn is amazing. That's how many people find their first jobs in IT, through LinkedIn. And if you don't know like how to create nice profile, you can ask me. I have some tips in my blog on this topic. Speaking of which, in 2018, I started my blog on Instagram. It's called Alīna Who Codes. And I started it with the 2 goals. My first goal was to share how life in IT looks like, to share some tips to help people see how work there is. And my second goal was actually purely for myself. I wanted to fight the imposter syndrome. Because some of you maybe can relate, I don't know, but at some points in my career, I felt like I haven't accomplished anything, I'm not good enough, I don't know anything, what I am even doing here, right? So I decided, all right, I will go and I will write down my learnings, my progress. So when I'm in doubt, I can go and visually see my path, my progress, and how much I have learned. So what I'm recommending you to do, write down your achievements. Seriously, it could help not just with your imposter syndrome, but it can help you on a job. Imagine that you're looking for the raise or promotion, and your boss is coming to you and saying, like, please give me all your achievements for the past year. And it will be quite hard to come with that on the spot. So you have to write them down when it's happening. And actually, there's a terminology for that. It's called the brag dog. You should Google that to know how to make one. Yeah. And I would say write down your failures too. I wanted to be a conference speaker 2 years ago and speak about Frontend, and I didn't get in. So guess what? I made a post out of it on my Instagram. And I got a bunch of likes. I got many supportive comments. And I also got a few advices how to get in next time. So I would say writing down this failure worked really well for me. And I also think we should do this to normalize that failing is all right. It's part of the journey. And you should not be embarrassed or afraid of it. So write down your accomplishments and maybe some failures. And in 2019, I saw how one woman from Vilnius Girls Code community wrote that they have place for front-end developer in Shopify. And I thought, all right, I know already 3 women from this community who work in Shopify. If those amazing people work there, it must be an amazing place to join. So I applied. And fun thing is that back then, I didn't even know what Shopify is. And I joined, again, only thanks to the power of community. And now I feel extremely lucky because I work in a place where I can help build products which help more than 1 million people to be entrepreneurs online. And yeah, sometimes it's still hard to believe that I moved from coding in Cucaracha 15 years ago to now working in one of the coolest IT companies, Shopify. But when I started working in Shopify, one thing went down for me. It was salary. And it was hard to accept that, but I realized that I should consider more than just salary. There are other things which can beat that. For example, in Shopify, we have unlimited vacation policy. So you can take any days, and it will be paid. For example, this year, I took, I think, 35 paid vacation days, so it's pretty cool. And also, there are such things as shares and equity, which company can offer to you. And besides that, you can also find out how much company wants to spend on your learnings, on your education, like conferences, courses, books, you know. And of course, there are other things such as health insurance or paying your bills, paying for your lunches, phone calls, and so on. And when you're joining company for the first time in IT, then maybe you will not have much of a choice, right? But if it will be your second or third or nth company, then you should totally consider not just salary, and also try to negotiate other perks, you know, to get the best offer you can. And remember this. I would say that career is also not a straight line. I would say career is like this adventure park Tarzans in Sigulda. You know, you sometimes go up, sometimes you're tired, so you have to take a break. And sometimes you see the slide which goes down, but you take it because it looks very fun, right? And for some of you, that's what you're going through right now. Some of you are changing your career and joining IT, and for you, starting from zero might look like a way down. However, it's your adventure park, it's your journey, and taking this slide down makes you more adaptable. And to sum up, I would recommend you to learn about all the professions, to find a mentor through mentorship program, perhaps, and explore all the resources available, and also follow people online, connect with people offline, and besides that, record your achievements and maybe failures, be part of community. Then, when joining a new job, consider not just salary. And if you don't have 100% of qualifications on a job ad, please still try to apply. It's OK to learn on the go. And the progress is not linear. Even if you are stuck in some spot, maybe after you cross the spot, it will be a much faster journey for yourself. But if there is one thing which you take away today, please let it be this. To get smarter, it takes an effort. So if you think that someone is born to be a developer or to do coding or be on the stage, it's not like that. No one is born doing any of those things. It's all learned, and sometimes through failure. Remember this, failure, it's a normal part of software development process. You have to write the program, then you test it, then something will fail if it's longer than just 4 lines. And you fix it, and then you move forward. That's how software is created. So don't be afraid to fail. In fact, you can approach it like me. I failed, it will make a great blog post, right? So train a growth mindset. Then it will not be anymore, I'm bad at this, so I will never do this again. It will be, I'm bad at this, that's why I will do this again and again and again, and this is how I will get better and succeed. So if you fail, or if you are not moving forward for a really long time, or maybe you're like younger me, just stuck at this page number 50 of your book, then please, do not quit. Do not stop trying. Keep trying. Make an effort, and you will get smarter, and you will achieve a lot. I can promise you that. Thank you.
Thank you, Alīna. Are there any questions? We have a time for like one, maybe two really quick ones. Questions? So the main question is Shopify hiring right now?
Yes, of course, we are hiring.
Okay, so you heard. You can have an amazing coworker and join a great company.
Yes, and we are actually fully remote company. So we have some coworkers who are located in Latvia, so it's possible to join if you wish from here as well.
Great. Okay, let's give a round of applause to Alīna. Thank you.
Thank you.